My dear colleagues, my name is Veljko Jeremic, and I'll present you the joint work of Srđan Bjeladinović, Mladen Stamenković, and myself, titled Shifting the ARVO Methodology to Q1 Journals, What are the Consequences for the Lower Tier Universities? So this is the agenda for today. We can all agree that people just love to rank, and university ranking methodologies have been captivating the attention of various stakeholders throughout the years. And we can witness the number of ranking methodologies for universities is in constant surge, with some of the most prominent ranking methodologies being outlined on this slide. The topic for today concerns the academic ranking of world universities, Shanghai rankings, ARVO rankings, and one of the most renowned universities ranking list. It's, as we all know, founded on the six composing indicators, each one depicting some measure of quality of university. And throughout the years, the number of universities being included in the university ranking methodologies has been boosted to 1,000 of universities. So many comments have emerged throughout the years concerning Shanghai rankings in terms of the indicators, the weights that have been given to each one of those. And our methodology has been revised in some terms, especially in terms of secondary affiliation, in terms of highly cited researchers, and so on. The one indicator that's been quite interesting for the number of universities is the publication indicator depicting the number of papers indexed in Science Station Index Expanded and Social Science Station Index. For instance, this one is for the ARVO Shanghai 2018 ranking list, so the year at interest is 2017. But the issue here is that solely the number of papers is being evaluated and no additional indicators measuring the quality of journals or the paper itself is being integrated into the framework. Throughout the years, Shanghai rankings have enlarged its cohort of lists, especially with the subject rankings being quite interested. For instance, in 2020 edition, 54 subjects have been included, and a major shift in methodology occurred. Instead of using publication as a total number of papers published in index journals for a particular subject category, solely Q1, so the leading journals, have been included, and that shift methodology had huge consequences for the numerous lower tier universities, such as University of Belgrade, for instance. In 2018 edition, University of Belgrade was among the best universities in as many as 27 subject areas. But in 2020 edition, after the change methodology has been included, we, as University of Belgrade, entered the top list for only 12 subject areas. So the research question that we want to address is potential effect on lower tier universities when the major ARVO rankings in August 15 potentially switch from publication score to Q1 score. So taking into account solely the journals in the best 25% in a respected subject category. So we obtained the data containing Web of Science index journals, the index articles in index journals for the Q1 journals with 2019 year of publications published by the researchers from selected universities. We selected 7 universities from our cohort, top 401 to 500 universities. They have similar publication score, so have similar number of papers published. So University of Belgrade, 2 universities from China and 2 universities from Brazil, so we can have some interesting comparison. And we opted for additional 2 universities from the leading top 100 universities who actually have the similar publication score with the previously mentioned 7 universities. In total, more than 34,000 of papers have been scrutinized, and the 3 leading universities are exhibiting excellent results in terms of number of papers published in Q1 journals. So although in official ARVO rankings, their score is similar to the 7 remaining universities per publication score. When we narrow down selecting solely to Q1 journals, the difference has been widened. As we can see on this slide, we can witness, as we're saying, the excellent results of Caltech, Lausanne, and Princeton University. And we can see that for the other universities, there are some different results. For instance, Chinese universities exhibit excellent results, and it's aligned with some previous studies that stated that increase of publications in Q1 journals for the year 2018, while Brazilian universities are unfortunately underachieving, with majority being published in Q4 journals, and well, not just majority, but a large portion. And the university that we would like to elaborate in depth is University of Belgrade. And as we can witness, we have the largest from the all 10 universities that are being evaluated, the largest percentage is being published in Q4 journals, and it's obviously the underperforming universities. And if we evaluate it more in depth, we can see that the journals, the source for their output, is dominantly Q4 journals, and so the trend continues from the previous studies. So the potential inclusion of Q1 journals in our methodology is not expected to trigger some changes in top tier 100. However, it will have profound consequences for the lower tier universities, such as University of Belgrade. So, in a nutshell, if we see that some decline in ranking can be perceived negatively by the general audience, it can also serve as the catalyst of change. So we can shift attention to the researchers with excellent Q1 performance and consequently provide better support for their scientific endeavors. And one of the potential directions for university might be to offer some incentives for the leading researchers, and as previously included in 2008, one might opt for strengthening the role of Q1 journals in academic promotion. Thank you for your attention.